Hello, top 11 managers around the world. Welcome back to your channel, Mamun Prefer Gaming. Mamun Prefer Gaming is your channel because you are top 11 managers, and Mamun Prefer Gaming always make content on top 11 football manager game. So please subscribe this channel if you think it is your channel. And today's video, I am going to show you 5 most useful working tips in Top 11 2024, because these tips will help you to gain success, to shine in Top 11 football manager game. Number 5. Rest your players. Now, many of you don't know how to balance resting players when you have 2, 3, 4 matches. Now, even you don't have 4 matches. How to have 4 matches, you don't even know. 4 matches, how can you have 4 matches? For an example, you have a league match and you have a Champions League match at the same day. And also you have one football association match, not one but 2 match, because one day you can have 2 association match. This way you can have 4 match, guys, and still you have more match. For an example, you can have friendly championship match. Still you can have more match by events, if you have King of King events, if you have, events in football association, such as Unite Cup. This sort of tournaments require condition. Yes, they do not actually make you lose. You will not lose condition playing those event matches, but still you need good condition player to perform there, because they count your condition when you play the match against a good team. Many of you do not know how to balance it, because many of you already commented me in my channel. So it's visible already that you don't know how to balance, and also you don't know how to rest your player. You don't rest your player enough. This way, when you have many matches, you will really struggle. Sometime you need to have a budget, like 10 to 20 rest. You need to spend 10 to 20 rest daily in order to balance. If you have very big matches, such as you have a big match against a big team in league, and you also have a very good match Champions League, and you are also active in football association. This way you need to use some rest to rest your players. Number 4. Attend every difficult match. Now, attending match is very, very important. Those of you think that attending is not that really, important to you guys. Look at these. I have played against team who is 107% at the earliest stage of the season, maybe first day it was, or second day. So in that league, I had match 107% team against, and I was 97%. So by percentage in player quality, I was not that much behind. My players are good overall. Yes, the difference is a bit high, like 10%, but still I have a good team, But I had to struggle, I had to struggle, because you see, I didn't attend the match, and it was 1-2. I could lose the match if I would not train hard and give 99, condition, everything, managed. I would even lose. I was lucky. I literally escaped a certain loss. And now you see this match. In this match, I literally thrashed this opponent. And you see, the opponent wasn't present at the match. That's the reason why similar percentage, 98%, still I thrashed him 5-0. The reason is the opponent didn't appear during the match. When you do not appear the match, when your percentage is similar to your opponent, everything is similar, you are same sort of team, everything is same, in that sort of situation, it all down to formation and tactics. Yes, formation tactics sometimes not matter, sometimes it is very, very important. Number 3. I advised you many times about these, you need to upgrade your stadium to the max. Many of you commented in my channel that you are not having enough cash. How can you have enough cash? For you, if you really want to have enough cash, then this one is mandatory. You need to have a facility, stadium facility maxed like this one, like my one. I have one. Mine is a massive one. Everything maxed in here. And if you have everything maxed here, then you are gonna get a maximum amount of profit. It is very simple that when you have a massive stadium, a large stadium, that means simply many people will watch your match. Many people will join and sit in your stadium, and they can watch your match. So the more visitors, the more ticket sales, the more income comes. So upgrade your stadium to get more cash, not only cash, but also other resources you're gonna get from a maximum amount of stadium. If you upgrade all the facilities, you are gonna get a benefit. So let's give you an example. You see the pitch option. If you really upgrade this pitch option to the max, your players will less likely fall in injury. You will not have injury often. At the earliest stage of your new club career, you will see too many injuries. So if you want to avoid injuries, you must upgrade your pitch, and not only pitch but also medical facilities to avoid injuries often. Number 2, train your players daily. Now training is very, very important. In this game, everything depends on training. If you do not train, even if you have money, you have used many players, you may lose suddenly. A long time. If you do not train, your better player, your giant big players may fall. They even lose against lower percentage team. This is visible. We have experienced many times. Out of 10 times, you may lose one time suddenly when you do not train. Not only training before match, but also training daily is very important. For an example, maybe you don't have a good match, difficult match to play today, and you are not going to train, because if you train, your players get in a low condition, and you are not going to train them. So in this sort of situation, the football, the game is all about consistency. When you do not train consistent wise, in that case your player will drop their performance stat. There is a option stat in the player profile. So the stat is given, only reason is this, and form. The form is important. The player, Lionel Messi can be a big star, Ronaldo can be a big star, but their form is important. If they are not in form, they're not gonna win World Cup, they're not gonna win tournament for you, for your team. So this way, in these top 11, also form or stat, whatever you say, stat is also important for a player. Player skills are also important. When you train players, you get player skills, player percentage, player attributes. So player attributes you get from training. If you do not train, you are not gonna get those. So every way training is mandatory, daily basis. Number one, buy players from transfer market. Many of you always ask me from where to buy players. Where should I buy players? Transfer market or youth academy, or assistant or scouting. This way you ask always. First of all, I'm going to talk about negotiation. I'm not going to talk about youth academy, because youth academy is not actually a market to buy players. There, you can build player, you don't buy player. So that's a different point of view. I'm going to talk about Youth Academy later in detail. So now let's talk about the transfers. Negotiation. Why negotiation is a bad choice? The reason is when you buy players, it's you see 16 days later it will be available. The negotiation part. After 16 days it will be available. So 16 days from now on, it means almost the end of the season. If you get a player there, that means simply you are getting 1 year older player. That means if you get a 19 years old player, he is going to be 20 next season, and you cannot use a player suddenly from outside of the squad. So when you buy a player, you cannot use him straight away. You cannot, you should train him in order to make him better player. So you cannot use him in your main XI unless you have a very poor players and you have no choice but to use a big percentage player. Other than that, when you buy a player from negotiation, you're going to get an old player. He is going to be old next season. But the best way is transfer market. The reason is, in transfer market, you can have a player who is 18 years old, and you can also see whether he is having special ability, play style, and other required role or not. So the only disadvantage can be you are not gonna have a player who is more than 99%. So you're gonna get below 99%. But that is good, to me, because when you have a player very big, 120%, 130%, you cannot train them straight away to be main attribute wise 300, 400. You cannot train them. I mean, if you talk about 180% rules. So anyway, this way you need to have a younger player, and only option is transfer market. And how about scouting? Scouting is also worst. I don't really need to talk about this because I talked about this many times. The worst thing is you will have to pay 89 token for an old player, guys, 22 years old. You can't just buy him to play 1-2 single matches just to make your percentage bigger, but they are not trainable. These players are not trainable. They never train fast. They train slow, and they do not perform for a long time. Only one season you can make them perform, but next season they are going to be 23, 24, even more than that if you buy more older players. You may ask why they gave this option to buy players, the scouting option. Why not just keep it? The reason is this is their business. They earn from it, and they wanted to buy, tokens. That's the reason why they keep these options. They keep 3-4 valid option, and then they keep also 5-7 invalid option. Those options will force you to buy tokens. This way, they make things messy. They make you confused so that you do everything. So if they keep it only simple, then you will never also enjoy the game. Anyway, that was today's topic, and thank you very much for watching my video. I do always appreciate you guys for watching my video, and please, for God's sake, subscribe my channel, because I make content on Top 11, and it is the only channel that provides only Top 11 content and also daily basis.